If you watch Roland Martin, for about 2 weeks he's been yelling about how Republicans are at it again. As a matter of fact, they ain't stopped. Some of you have heard me do a lot of videos about Republicans' voter suppression efforts. For the past 50 years they've been doing this, but especially in these last 4 years. And with all that's been happening with this voter suppression fraud stuff over the past 5 months or so, they're still at it.
You'll never learn.
And that's what Roland over there bringing to people's attention. Now, I'm sure that nobody would disagree that for 4 years the DNC was getting its ass kicked by the Red Party. But how it turned out reminds me of a story. The story of the tortoise and the hare. A video I did a few weeks ago, I called it Buyer's Remorse. And I'm sure to some it sounded like I was pleading for the Republican Party to save us from the Democrats. But really, I was just pointing out how we ended up with Joe Biden and how the Republican Party might make it worse. Republicans did everything possible to help the DNC get over. And they're still helping. This lady, Stacey Abrams, I said a few weeks ago that the Republicans messed up real bad when they robbed her of her seat as Georgia governor. All kind of voter protection groups popped up because of that theft. Now, I see Michael Obama. And yes, this is a dude. I saw him coming down them stairs holding his joint to keep it from flopping up and down. I saw it jumping around in there. Females grab up high when they coming down the stairs to keep their breasts from bouncing up and down. Dudes grab low, like Michael did. But anyway, Michael comes out recently requesting that Congress pass this bill, H.R. 1, for the People Act, they're calling it. And I looked through it, and it looks like more than voter rights protection. It looks like Republicans won't be able to win another big election. It looks like an attempt at a one-party country. You know, like what I said about how although I run with the DNC, I didn't want to see them with the House, the White House, and the Senate. Because like the old saying goes, absolute power corrupts absolutely. And let me make it clear about why I say one-party government. This bill is essentially making it possible for everybody and their mama to vote, which would oust Republicans. Because people don't like the Red Party. And everybody knows this. Everybody knows this right here. Republicans have even came out of their own mouths and said that the more people who are allowed to vote, the less chance of a Republican has to win. And this bill is in response to all that infringement upon people's voting rights by the Republican Party. They make it possible for the DNC to take the lead in the race. Look at what Texas Senator Ted Cruz did. Skip town during a crisis. Or what a Republican Texas mayor, Tim Boyd, told the people that was freezing. Said, pull yourselves up by your own bootstraps and stop looking for handouts. We tired of hearing you cry, shut up. He told the people that. And you see, stuff like that, attitudes like that is why people might feel forced to still vote for Andrew Cuomo over a Republican. But I don't want to talk too long about this for now, but I do want to make it clear because I know it sounds like I'm contradicting myself with talking about how everybody can vote if this thing passes, even though I've been complaining about Republicans trying to stop people from voting. The two wings of the same bird thing. You know, that's what people say when they're trying to say that both parties are the same. I disagree. They're not the same. But there are a few things that both parties have in common, like waging war, drugs, and oil. And another one of those things that they have in common is they both want control over the people. In a total Democratic-ran country could only turn out ugly. Like these conservatives just finished running amok and capped it off with an attempt at a takeover of the Capitol building. Because absolute power corrupts absolutely.